Alright guys, we have the 2008 Acura MDX up on jacks today. We are fixing a P0430 and P0154, and this is related to the O2 sensor and catalytic converter of bank 2. It's kind of awkward, but for these models, bank 2 is actually in the front, and I'm not sure you guys can see this, but we're actually addressing bank 2, sensor 2. So that's the front catalytic converter and the bottom one. So I've already done it just because I didn't want to film throughout. I wanted to be careful. So and there's the other ODB2 scan saying bank 2 failed. So what we did here is we have the old one out. See, it's pretty cooked. That's probably the 0154. And what I'm going to do, because this is a very high mileage vehicle, I'm going to use a spacer to trick the catalytic converter. Note that these are, to my knowledge, these are not street legal. This is a temporary fix for me until I can get a new catalytic converter in there. So what I did was I took the old one out. This is the old one. You see it's pretty shot. And then this is a spare one I got. It came in a 2-pack. I mated them up outside, and it just provides a little more space so that it reads your car's running cleaner and your catalytic converter is running better than it potentially really is. So I'll show you from the top. Let me get my other light here. Alright, from the top, if you can see the blue cable, it is a push tab, and this black connector comes up while the other end of the O2 sensor stays placed in a seat. And you also take off that clip. You can see, hopefully you can see the blue clip on a little piece of metal. It's a little zip tie clip. And that's all you do from the top. I'll show you on the, so this is the top segment. This top slot here, that top slot is actually on a piece of metal. And to do that, you just pull and that releases it, or push and that releases it, I'm sorry, and it pulls off the metal. You have to take the top part connector off first. You see there's a groove there, and that top piece that's connected to the wiring harness comes off and is not connected to the metal that the O2 sensor is connected to, and it's rested there with that slit that I just showed you. So that's all you do from the top. From the bottom, you just have to disconnect that clip right there and use your O2 socket to get your old sensor out. And you see this is my new one in there with the spacer. I couldn't, I had to connect these outside because you just don't have a whole lot of space. And all I had was adjustable wrenches. I don't have a true 7/8. That would have made it a lot easier. But I actually just took vice grips on the non-hex portion and just wrenched it down very tightly You can see I kind of marred up the spacer. I'm not too worried about it because those spacers are really cheap. But I would like to get back in there with a 7/8 and tighten it up a little bit. It is very secure right now, in the union between this, the O2 sensor and the spacer is very secure. And then you just wire it back up through. Started it up, cleared the code, and that's all there is to it. I used, just because you create a little more slack in the blue cable when you put a spacer in there, I just took a zip tie and pulled it away from the bottom of the engine here, just so it didn't melt. Shouldn't have been an issue without it. That was just me being over cautious. So that's what I did. Again, this should not pass inspection. This is what we're doing for a temporary fix on the 203,000 mile 2008 Acura MDX. Thanks for watching.